Do you know where pumpkin carving came from? Well, first it started with the Pilgrims. The Pilgrims would cut the top off of it and put their spices, eggs, and cream in it, and then they would roast it over the fire. As for the early colonists, they would cut it and put it on top of their head and use it to cut hair, so it made the perfect round shape. The Europeans realized that pumpkins were perfect for jack-o'-lanterns. So today, I, Maggie Denton, am going to show you how to carve a pumpkin, since fall is in the air. The supplies needed are a wet rag, a knife or sharply tool to cut the pumpkin, the scraper to get all the guts out, a stencil to carve your pumpkin, a needle point that will be used to poke the outline of it, newspaper for a mess, and a trash bag or container to put all your guts in. Another thing that enhances the pumpkin is a candle or an electronic candle, which will brighten the pumpkin up. Now we can begin carving a pumpkin. First, you need to take a wet wash rag and wash all the dirt off of it, because you want to do it on a smooth side. Next, you will take a knife and cut the top of the pumpkin in a circle. You can remove it. And your next step is to get all the guts out of the pumpkin. Make sure you get all the seeds and pulp out. After that, the next step is you will take the stencil and put it on a spot where there is not dirt on the pumpkin. Which would look like this. Now I'm going to use my needle point to poke the lines of the jack-o'-lantern. Make sure you follow the line to make it straight. Now I can take a knife or a sharp tool and follow the dotted where the needle points were. If you need to, you can remove the stencil because you have the needle point dots. You keep following the line of the dots, and because of time, I already have a pumpkin that is already finished, because when you carve a pumpkin, you need to make sure that you allow yourself enough time. If not, you could cut yourself, so it's important to take your time. After I would have carved the eyes of the pumpkin, I would have poked them out. And now, since the guts were all finished, I could take the candle and put inside the pumpkin. And next, we would have a jack-o'-lantern. A tip that you can do to make a pumpkin better is that you can From the guts inside, you can take Vaseline and use it to so the insides will not become brown, which would be a neat tip to do. So go out and buy all the pumpkins and have a carving party and get ready for the fall festivals.